Welcome on in to another edition of the Arizona Diamondbacks franchise, Year 1, 2023. We are close to the All-Star break right now. The MLB draft is right around the corner, and then the trade deadline is coming up after that. We are currently sitting 2.5 games out of the division lead at 47-42. We have a shot of making it, though. We do tend to be a pretty streaky team. We will take a look and see how July goes here before we decide to either buy or sell or stand pat at the deadline here. We currently do have a wild card locked up, but as you can see, we are one of the worst scoring teams in the league, so our offense is actually pretty lacking, and our pitching has been the thing that's been holding us in place so far this year. So now it's time. Well, I guess before the draft, we are gonna hop in to a critical situation here. Miguel Castro is needing to come in to lock it down. Looks like we've given up a run here in the top of the ninth. We have changed up our closers a little bit so far. Both McGuff and Chapin have struggled. So now it is time for Miguel Castro to see if he can lock it in. His control, not the greatest. Pretty big par. But he makes up for it in velocity, as we do not want to be walking Sawinski here as the first batter. It's a battle so far. And there it is! Getting the slider. We got one out. Miguel Castro locking it in. Came back from 3-1. Was able to fight back, and beautiful slider. Now it's Rodolfo Castro's turn. Man is 3 for 4 on the day. He's got a home run and 2 singles. Gotta be careful when someone's this hot. We are quickly up 0-2 on Castro. The 0-2. Did he get? No! He didn't go. Alright, it's okay. It's okay. It was a pretty good pitch. Let's see if we can go back at it again. He lays off that one. Alright, let's put this sinker down and away now. And there it is. 2 strikeouts in a row. Miguel Castro powering through this Pittsburgh Pirates lineup. Now it's Carlos Santana, who in real life just got traded to the Brewers. And he hits a lazy ground ball to Ahmed, picks it up, fires it over, and that is a win, 9-8. We need to pick those up against teams like this. 1-run victory. 4th save on the year. Gurriel 4 for 5 and a homer. Carroll following up with a homer too. Ball was flying out of the park today. And this will bring us in to the MLB draft. Let's take a look at the prospects. I know I hadn't really shown a lot of the scouting this year. I just figured we'd kind of look at it from here. I was mostly looking at position players. A lot of times I focus a lot on starting pitchers because they're a lot more deeper in the draft. But I kind of wanted to change some things up and see how it goes. I'm not sure if I'm really happy with the way I scouted. But I mean, you never know. We get into the 12th spot here. Our organizational rank number 1, David Kah here from Japan, 21 years old already. Per 9s look pretty solid, almost an arm ready in a couple years. Closing pitcher, I really didn't scout a lot of closers. Who knows if he's actually this good as a 20-year-old, potentially could be. Another starting pitcher here, Houston Edwards out of Pennsylvania. He actually looks a little bit nicer. The hits per 9s, the walk per 9. Getting up there. Not a lot of velocity as a 19-year-old. Leandro Abar. Grady Berger coming from Pennsylvania. Aaron Chavez. A lot of pitchers here at the top of our ranks. Aaron Chavez is the number 1 MLB ranked. He's actually not that far off. He's number 6 in our org ranks. Probably pretty good there. And then we get to our number 1 guy here, third baseman Brandon Ponson from Iowa. He looks to be pretty well rounded for a 21-year-old. Doesn't look like he's got a huge potential. Pretty good fielder. Yeah, and he's our number 7 guy. And then here's maybe our one guy we want to take a look at here. Outfielder, right fielder, Julio Castilla, sorry. He's got an A potential, 100% scouted out of Venezuela. High contact, medium power, but a lot of defense and a lot of speed. So he could be a guy that we look to draft. He's our 8th ranked. Alejandro Flores out of Dominican, another closing pitcher. Giancarlo Gomez, another outfielder here at 19. He's one that had made a big jump in draft rank here. He's 44th in MLB. He's our 11th guy, more of a high contact guy. Howard Newton, 18-year-old, a lot of velocity. His per nines actually look really good. He might actually be a really good guy to go for as a chance. He might be the only starting pitcher that we might go for. Just depends on how the draft falls. Second baseman here, Scott Del Villar. Mostly defensive minded. He's got some pop though for a second baseman. 18 years old, long way off. Another high riser here. We only have him 35% scouted. And then here's Chris Maynard, another high contact guy at third base. This is where most of the 18-year-olds kind of fall into place. So these are going to be the risky spots. This third baseman actually looks pretty solid here. Big riser coming from 32nd rank to 17th. Looks like he could have a lot of pop and a lot of defense. So we potentially, he may be one to consider, especially as an 18-year-old. I think we'll have to remember that name. Pedro Machado, Brandon Granger, some more closing pitchers. Let's see if there's anyone else in the top 30 that made a big jump. Jeff Cordova, outfielder from 41 to 23, 43 to 20. Oh, well, we didn't even scout him, so looks like more like a speed guy. Anyways, that's kind of the top 30. Did have one closing pitcher come out of nowhere with not a rank at all, and he's our number 10 guy. Though he's only 35% scouted. I'm not sure if we can necessarily trust it, but he might be someone that goes off a little bit early. So that's the squad. Let's get into the 2023 MLB draft. Pittsburgh Pirates are on the clock. And let's see who they pick for the first number 1 overall. And who is that going to be? That is David Kaw, our number 1 pitcher. Looks like our scouts may have been on the same page. And then number 2, going to the Washington Nationals, is Houston Edwards, our number 3 overall. 19-year-old, the JUCO Bandit. And then our number 3 overall, the Detroit Tigers, have selected Leandro Abar, our number 4 guy, off the board. He's a 21-year-old. Looks like a big guy. Looks like he could throw pretty hard. 8 picks. Grady Berger, next guy off the board. Our 5th ranked starting pitcher. The Twins are on the clock, and they picked Jeff Cordova. He was actually one of our high risers. And Aaron Chavez, the number 1 MLB ranked guy, and our number 6 goes number 6 also. Brandon Ponson, the one guy that maybe we thought we had a chance in our number 1 position guy. I think we would have got him. He is off the board now. And then Alejandro Flores, our 9th ranked starting pitcher. Kevin Floyd, left fielder who dropped a ton. He is also injured. So a huge risk drafting a 19-year-old injured. Not a lot of overall potential for him either. Julio Castilla was our guy. We got sniped by the Miami Marlins. I think he would have been our guy, 22-year-old. And then Franklin Chowda coming off the board. So we have our shot. We could potentially still go with Giancarlo Gomez. He's our 11th ranked guy. I think it's going to be between him and Machado. I feel like Machado might be the choice here. Let's take a look at Gomez. Let's think about it. A lot of defense, a lot of contact, not a ton of speed for a right fielder. Discipline's a little bit low. His power is actually a little bit low. And Machado here rates out pretty good. I mean, even right now, his power is up there against lefties. He's a switch hitter. Great defense. I think this is the spot we take him. He's only 41% interested, but let's take him. Welcome to the squad, Pedro Machado. First rounder in the organization. Let's just hope he's not like 72 overall. All right, let's skip ahead a little bit here. Coming into the second round, we still got some pretty high guys on the board here, like Joel Cabral and this Brandon Granger, who kind of came out of nowhere. I believe we'll probably end up taking them. We don't really have a lot of guys that are really scouted here. Potentially even, well, maybe this first baseman. He's 37th ranked. But we know he's at least a B potential. Good hitter, not a lot of pop. Don't care too much about defense. So I think it comes down to Garrison here, 21-year-old. Looks pretty good. And potentially Joel Cabral here. His hits per nines are a little low, especially for an 18-year-old. I mean, if he is, his potential is up there, but even his future potential isn't great. It's not even in the average spot. Granger, on the other hand, here, closing pitcher and a lefty. I think we're gonna settle in on Ray Garrison here, our 37th ranked guy. We're at pick number 47 anyways, so we're still finding some value. We'll take him here and hope that he can contribute pretty quickly. So welcome to the squad, Ray Garrison. Moving along, competitive balance, round B. Brandon Granger is still there, the closing pitcher, along with Gustavo Valdez. These guys came out of nowhere, weren't ranked previously, and I think this is actually the perfect spot to take a flyer for him. So Brandon Granger, welcome to the squad here. Looks a little short, but maybe it's the stirrups. And coming in, we got number 86 overall. Let's take a look and see any of these pitchers. Do we like what their per nines, what their potential is? I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna go with Pedro Rivera here. His per nines are a little bit better, especially for the potential in the future. Doesn't matter if he's a soft tosser. Really doesn't matter too much in the game. It mostly just matters about your hits per nine, Ks per nine, walks per nine, and he looks like he's got the best potential. So welcome to the team, Pedro. A lefty coming out of high school. And now on to round number 4, our highest scouted guys here. Let's take a look. We got ourselves a starting pitcher. Throws a little bit more gas. His walks per nine isn't too bad. Another high school pitcher. Let's see, do we like any potential hitters here? I think since we scouted him a little bit, and he's also our 66th overall guy, and we're at pick 116, I think it's going to be Jason Wilson. You know, getting these pitchers late in the draft, and if they got some high potentials, we can do it. Otherwise, it's just, it's team depth right now. We're in round 4, round 5, round 6. We're not really looking for diamonds in the rough as far as what's out there. There really probably isn't many guys that could even make major league teams, much less be like all-star level players here at this point. So now's the time to take some flyers, and here we're gonna take ourselves a relief pitcher coming out of college. He's 21, Quentin Graham. And now we finally got our last pick. Who do we want to go with? Oh, look at this guy's potential. Could be up to 88. This guy he's got to be the one, right? No one has this type of potential this late in the draft. Got to be the guy. Eddie Morales looks like he's 5'6", 18-year-old. Can't wait to see what his actual stats are. And that will do it. The end of the 2023 first year player draft. Now it is time for the All-Star game. And moving on to hopefully sweep the Pirates here. We are on a 3-game winning streak. And we do. And also great news coming in. Jordan Lawler is now off the injured list. Now let's take a look. Is there anyone in the home run derby? Yes, and it looks like we do have Christian Walker competing in the home run derby. I think it's our time to shine. This is the first time I've actually ever played the home run derby. Gonna be a new one for me and maybe for you. But all that matters is that Christian Walker is our 3rd seed. We are going up against Corey Seager in the first round. It's time to hit some dingers. Aaron Judge and Mike Trout have moved on into the second round, and it is our turn to take it down. Corey Seager had 9 home runs. That is the second lowest so far. Judge had 13. Trout had 10 to move on. So all we need is 10. All we need is 10. Here it is. Saying hello to the crowd. Everyone's favorite National League All-Star. Oh my goodness, this is too slow. What? All right, looks like there's one. Boom, 420 feet dead center. Did we get that? Oh, off the foul pole. Oh, too far foul. So we got 2. Oh, it's just so slow. Is it enough? No, can't go Oppo. I think that was off the end of the bat. No, it wasn't. 414 feet. Back. Right at the warning track. Christian Walker, that one is smoked. See you later. 422 feet. Oh, back to back. We got this going right now. We're in a groove. 438 feet. Oh, what is he pitching low and outside for? Down and away. All right, we got to take our time out. Gotta take our breath. Get some water. All right, we got 4 home runs we need to hit here. We do not have the bonus. And that is not enough. That should be 1. Is that 2? I think so. We have 1 swing left and we lose to Corey Seager. No! He just wasn't pitching fast enough. We also were getting dotted, apparently. It just wasn't enough, Christian Walker. We are eliminated in the first round. And there it is, Corey Seager. I guess the consolation is the fact that we lose to the guy that wins it all. And that'll wrap it up. It's the All-Star game, but it's also the day to do some signing of the draft picks. So Pedro Machado, we got 41% interest. We got to put him up there first. We got to make sure that he also is interested in us. Need to sign him. And also Ray Garrison. I'm not going to put in a 3rd priority right now just because I want to have a higher interest per day or per 3 days. Because right now it's 5 and 3, and if we add another one, it goes down to 3 and 2. We want to get them above 50 so we can start getting them offers on the board and kind of understand where they need to be. So we'll finalize that, and then we'll actually go into the All-Star game here, and we will player lock. We've got Corbin Carroll starting in left field. We also have Christian Walker starting at first base. So we got the Rookie of the Year candidate, and we got the MVP candidate. So let's go in with Corbin. They've got Carlos Rodon on the bump. He's got a 2.11 ERA in 132 innings, 9-6 for the Yankees. But Corbin Carroll here is 289, hitting 16 home runs. Almost similar stats to his in real life stats too. Tries to smoke us in the knee. Full count. Starting off this All-Star game. What's going to happen? And that is a walk. Good enough. The manager says we need to steal. Watch that foot. It just took too long. I was impatient. I don't know why he's staring us down. And now we get a caught stealing. The AL is up 2-1 so far. As we get a little fly ball into center field. Get right under it. Corey Seager. He's down. We've got to make up for what was our caught stealing in the first inning here. And now they got Framber Valdez. We got a runner on first. Swings right over it. Oh, and we hit one into right field, right through the hole. Seeing eye signal. And we've got runners on first and second. Carroll is 1 for 1 so far. Both times on base. I wish we would have got the stolen base, and we might be in MVP territory, not knowing if anyone's hitting any home runs at all. We got Ellie De La Cruz now. Time to knock us in. He's going to find a gap. It's 1-2. Always worried about that. And he's just staring at a sinker 96 miles an hour in the zone. Let's just believe this was fully, no, right down the middle. I don't know what he's looking for, especially in the All-Star game. He's just serving it up. Looks like this is going to be a walk to Cunha, and it is. Bases loaded. We got to win home field advantage. If they still did that. And the ground ball through the hole. We are for sure running. We got all the speed, and I think we got there. Throws up the line, but it wouldn't have been there in time anyways. NL taking the lead 3-2. Juan Soto's pumped up. Yet again, we are going up for a third time. On third lefty to face off again here. Looks like the AL has just packed their rotation with lefties. First pitch is up. Gotta stay in this. And we hit one real weak back up the middle. Double play. End of the fourth. Oh, not great. And Michael Harris has come in to pinch hit for Corbin Carroll. Let's take a look. Christian Walker's 1 for 2. Acuna's got a home run. Yeah, let's move up until Walker's got an AB. Let's get an AB here with Walker. We got Clase on the mound. First, runner at first, 1 for 2 for Walker. And Clase is going to be bringing it in 99 miles an hour. And he gets us with the high and away slider. Kept it in the zone. It's one of my favorite pitches. And the NL is up 3-2. Let's just try to see what the rest of this game. Let's bring in Mantiply on and see what he can do. And he gives up a home run promptly to Ohtani. Man can do everything. Julian comes in. Peterson comes in. Haas comes in and flies out. Oh, Gurriel. Let's get Gurriel in this one. Let's see what happens. I didn't even realize he was on the squad. Let's get this game-winning run in place. Potentially. Liam Hendricks throws it right down the middle. Gurriel, we've been 270, 13 home runs. Good enough to get on the squad as a reserve. And what we need to do here is clutch up with 2 outs. And we do! We do! Send him home! Get him in there! He is just toast, but it does not matter. We scored the 1 run we needed. We're going to bring in McGuff, and we're going to let him finish it off. Time to lock it down, McGuff. And he gets him high and inside. Aaron Judge is down. Showing off for the crowd. Hits it right down the right field line. Gurriel in right field picks it up. That's an easy 2-bagger for Salvador Perez. It's 1-2. We'll see if we get him a chase outside here. And we do! That is the second strikeout. McGuff, can he do a third? He is just looking to lock this down after giving up the double to start. 2-2, it's a battle. And it is easy fly ball. Michael Harris camping under it. And the NL takes the victory. Thanks in part to all of the Diamondbacks. It's the only reason why we made it. Gurriel, Corbin Carroll, Walker, Mantiply, McGuff. We get everything. Look at that. Mantiply with the win. McGuff with the save. Acuna gets MVP because of the home run. But we all understand that it was Gurriel Jr. with the single to win it. He's the one that put up the winning run. Even if Mantiply gave up a home run to Ohtani, I'm sure it was an absolute blast. They had 3 of them: Jose Ramirez, Tucker, Ohtani, but it just wasn't enough. The NL has secured home field advantage in the World Series, or so we wish, right? It's only when Arizona's going to win it, right? All-Star break has concluded, and we got to take a look at these draft picks. We're at 46% and 49%. They're getting there. Machado's still looking pretty good. So is Garrison. His potential is actually rising a little bit as we get them scouted a little bit more. Should be just one more round before we can add in the third guy. And we start off with a 3-game series in Toronto, just sitting above 500 in the East. And we go into the first game, another 1-run game. Christian Walker coming off of the all-star performance. Eric Swanson looking to close us out here. 2 outs, so we don't have a lot of wiggle room here. And we get one through the hole. Christian Walker keeps the game alive. And now it's time for Gurriel Jr. Gurriel 1 for 4 on the game. And now it is a full count. Marte on deck. We're going to get these runners going. If we can hit one and find the gap, we may be able to score with him running. And we do. Do we find that gap? Get down! No! Oh, we had a chance. It was the chance I was hopeful. But we lose 2-1. That was Kiermaier out in center field. But we'll take the loss in the first game of the series after the All-Star break. Only 7 hits. Just scraping out 1 run. And we lose the series. We won 1. Lost 9-2 in the last game. Zach Davies just got plastered. 9 hits in 4 innings. And looks like today is the day that we can start offering some money to our #1 draft pick. And both of these guys are looking really solid. We got $9.5 million to offer up. Being that he was a higher draft pick, he originally wanted $3.4 million. Slot value is $4.5. So let's see if we can sneak it in with a $4 million offer. Probably is not going to happen, but we'll keep working towards it. And yeah, I kind of figured much. He's probably wanting a little bit more closer to slot. Same thing goes to Garrison here. We'll actually bump his up to about 1.5 potentially. And there it is. We lock down our 2nd round draft pick, Ray Garrison, first baseman, potentially of the future. Let's fill in the rest of these guys here now that we are over the 50%. Keep on keeping on. Now we're going into a 3-game set at Atlanta. They are 53-41, likely the first place in the East. Henry, Gallen, and Nelson coming through. We are actually going into the bottom of the 9th, and we've got to shut it down. Austin Adams coming in. We've got 12 hits and only 3 runs. Sean Murphy having a heck of a year here, hitting .840. Not bad for a catcher. So we got to look to attack him here. Get him out early. Need to start out ahead. See if we can get ourselves a little 2-seamer down and in. And there's an easy fly ball to Carroll out in left field. We're under that one. We'll take a lazy fly ball. Now it's Ozzie Albies, the all-star. He's also got 26 home runs, just like Christian Walker here. And he somehow he offered at that one. I think that was in the other batter's box. Well, I'm not even sure what he was thinking about, but we'll take it. And we get him to pop up. Moreno is under it. That's out number 2. Von Grissom. 1-2. Get the swing. And Austin Adams. Let's see if we get a chase here. Down and away. Something weak. And there it is. End of the 9th. 1-2-3. Austin Adams locks it up. And now we got to go up against Kirby Yates. He's got a 5.14 ERA so far. Looks like this is an opportunity to jump out ahead and maybe take a victory here. Now it's 1-2. Kirby Yates bringing it in. And we whiff. on the high heat. Marte down on that. And we had good timing also, so it felt like a good swing, and it just went right under it. It's 1-2 coming from Yates. And I thought it was low, but it wasn't. It was right at the knees. Now we're running into not putting the ball in play at all. Not how you win ball games. Gotta be able to hit the ball. It's 2-2. And he hangs one. Alek Thomas, is it enough? No, looks like Ronald Acuna is going to be under it. I thought it was a good chance, but we got a little bit under it. It was a hanging slider up in the zone. And now it is 3-3 going into the bottom of the 10th. And they get the free runner at second with Austin Riley hitting in the 7 hole. So let's bring in McGuff. Need to lock it down. Now it's 3-1. Gonna have to bring it in. Do not want to be putting runners on. Actually, it's... Oh, what is that pitch? We're getting absolutely screwed. What? That one was completely in the zone. I don't think I've seen a worse call in a long time here. We got a double play opportunity now, but I would have at least liked to have been able to see if we could strike out Austin Riley there. And now Ozuna comes up. Double play. Christian Walker to Perdomo. Back to Walker. Easy 3-6-3 double play. And now we're going to bring it in. A little splitter down and in. It's a good one. Easy grounder to Walker. He gets it. Touches first. It's the end of the 10th. McGuff gets out of the tough position. 2 runners on. No outs, and he gets out of it. Josh Rojas, who just got traded in real life to Seattle for Sewald. I mean, Rojas might be a guy that we could trade, but we're not gonna follow that. We got Loaizaga this year, so got to get something started right here. Josh Rojas, and he walks. We could have potentially taking third, but that's a really short throw for Murphy, and you never know how good of an animation they're gonna get. So now we got Speed on second, Speed at bat. No chance at a double play unless we hit an absolute rocket at an infielder. Corners are in. See if they could prevent it. Looks like we are also getting calls. This strike zone is probably minuscule. I don't know how anyone gets any called strikes today. And we get one right up the middle. It goes to Yates. What was this talking about double plays? Oh, we're safe. Okay, we do have enough speed to prevent it. But yet again, hitting weak ground balls back up the middle. Just 1 out. But now it's time for Perdomo, who's 3 for 5 in this game. Perdomo's got 93 clutch. And he hits it. Perfect. It's in the gap. It's off the wall. McCarthy's going to score from first. That's a double. I was going to say it was a stand-up double. He did not need to slide. But that is what we need to do with 2 strikes, a 2-run double. And yes, we are now up 2 runs, 5-3. And Corbin Carroll is 0 for 4 on the day, but looking to change that in heartbeat and knock in Perdomo here at Carroll is hitting a $196. What? Oh, is that through? That's through. That's what we needed for Carroll. Oh, we're actually going to hold that one back. And Carroll's going to get into second. I don't think Perdomo would have had enough speed. I thought he did, but the throw was up the line. But we'll actually get Carroll to advance to second on the single up the middle. And now it's Christian Walker's turn. Let's see if we can keep this going. The 1-out rally. And that one's up the middle, but it is not enough. It was a good timing swing, but just weakly hit to short. And now there's 2 outs. There's no chance to score with the infield sitting on the edge of the grass. And we will now take the intentional walk to Gurriel. Bases loaded now, upcoming. And it is Marte's turn. He's hitting 290, 919 OPS. And they're like, hey, let's pitch to this guy. It's time to shine. Fastball. I don't know if that's enough. He's jogging. He's got to be under it. And there it is. That's the 3rd out. what could have been a grand slam, but Perdomo was the actual one to clutch it up with a 2-strike, 1-out double. It was a great thing we had a lot of speed on the base pass. And now it is time to shut it down. McGuff, he's at 10 pitches. Let's keep him going. He's been humming. He's up 1-2 here on Michael Harris. Splitter down and in, gets him to whiff right over the top of it. Michael Harris is down. We got 1 out coming into this one, and now I think it is time to bring in Miguel Castro. Needs to come in against Braden Shoemake, who's hitting, no, not even a buck, 080 on the season. As we hang, all right, I guess we're not going to make fun of anyone's batting average ever again, because that clearly always happens to us, as Braden Shoemake puts one into left field while we were talking bad about his batting average. Never again. It is time for Acuna, who's 1 for 3. The All-Star MVP. Runners on first and third for him. And he squeaks one into right field. He's going to third. Shoemake's got to be out. He is. I don't know where he was going, what he was thinking. But they do get 1 run. Not sure what Shoemake was thinking. Must be a rookie mistake on his part, and something he's going to have to learn not to do. It is 2-1. We got squeezed on the first pitch yet again. This umpire just doesn't want to get anything. It's Marte. Finishes off the game. Diamondbacks take the victory. We beat the first place Atlanta Braves on the road in the first game of the series. 5-4. Some pretty solid pitching performance. I mean, hey, we put it on when we needed to. Thomas had a home run there. Perdomo 4 for 6. Huge day. We take another one. Austin Adams, another close game. We've taken 2 of 3. We might go for the sweep. So now let's see if we can sign our draft picks. So we know Machado didn't want $4 million. We can up it. Let's see if he gets close to slot. I mean, we're still really liking his scouting. We definitely want him, and he takes it for $4.5 million. We have signed our #1 draft pick, Pedro Machado. I'm excited to see what his potential is. If it is up there in the high 90s, it looks like he could be a pretty solid player. Plays both corner infield spots there, and he's only 18 years old. And we can look to sign Brandon Granger here, who is our supplemental B-round pick. And I think we'll look to give him, right around slot, see if that's what he wants. He was not even ranked coming into this, so likely, I guess he doesn't want more money than he thought he never could get. Let's see if we can do the same with Jacob Wilson. And nope, he doesn't want that either. I guess we're just going to have to wait a few days. The Padres are still ahead of us. We're 3 games behind. They keep matching what we're doing. We're 7-3 in our last 10, and we look to sweep the Atlanta Braves here. And can't do it. We lose 5-1. Ryan Nelson not able to do it. He is 1-9 on the year. Not great. And now we match up against another winning team here in Cincinnati. This road trip has been a tough one. Took the loss 6-3 in the first game, but now Zach Davies, he's got a shutout going. He's got 6 strikeouts, only giving up 3 hits. And we are into the bottom of the 9th, and we are looking to close this one out. We got some wiggle room this time, though. It's not a 1-0 game. It is 4-0. Something that we don't seem to get a lot of is run support. I mean, not many hits when you got a 3-hitter going into the 9th. And he gets jammed. Ahmed gets under it. And that is out #1. And now it's Michael Ciani. 0-1. Let's see if we can get himself a curveball. Get ahead out of the count here. And we hung it. But Kyle Lewis is out and left. And you should be able to get under that one. That's 2 outs, even with the hanging breaking ball. We are 1 out away from shutting it down and getting a 3-hit shutout with Zach Davies. He's only at 87 pitches right now. Can we get the Greg Maddux? And it's now Tyler Stevenson, 0-3. Let's see if we can get him a chase on a curveball. Down and away. There it is. 4-0. Diamondbacks win. Zach Davies, complete game shutout. Shake your hands, boys. And we stopped the bleeding from those 2 straight losses. The series is now tied 1-1 rubber match coming in Sunday. And Christian Walker, 2 doubles. Perdomo going 3 for 5. Gurriel 2 for. Perdomo is up to hitting .318 on the year. That's got to be up there at the league lead. Let's take a look at these draft picks. See what Granger wants as a 2nd round pick. He didn't want slot last time. We'll give him just a bit over slot. Should be enough. Yeah, there it is. 18 years old, but I don't know if you zoom in on his face there. The dude does not look like he's 18 at all, one bit. That is a man right there. Let's see if we can sign Jason Wilson. We'll give him just above slot 2. We'll give him just under slot. 66th rank, and he doesn't want to sign that. That should do it. And can we take the series against Cincinnati? Looks like we have a chance, but we need to lock it in. We are down 5-4 coming into the 9th. Christian Walker, 3 for 4 again. 3 RBIs, a home run, and keeping up his MVP season so far. Looking for win number 54. Walker is 8 for 12 in the series. It is now 1-2. Christian Walker needs to start this inning off. Nope, not like that. That was a really bad check swing. And Scott Barlow gets the first out. Now it's time for Gurriel. See what he can start. All we need is one guy on. Just needed to make sure that we give ourselves a chance. No! What are we looking for? Oh, man. I thought that was going to break way more out of the zone, but he paints the black just over the outside edge. That's strike 3. Gurriel goes down looking. After being up 3-1 in the count, we take a look at the next 2 pitches. Just got to get the bat off the shoulder there in that situation. It's the 2-1. And we get jammed, but is that going to drop? Can we bleed it in? Yes, we can. Hey, that's all that matters. Bat on ball. Get those hands inside. Marte gets the start to the inning. We got 2 outs, though. We got a runner on. If we got a gap, that could be a tie game here. He's over 3 on the day. Not having the greatest season. He's hitting .201. The runners are going full count. And we got a perfect. Is that in the gap? Can that get over his head? The runner was going, and it's off the wall. That's a tie game. Alek Thomas clutching it up, hitting that gap, hitting the wall. That's a double stand up. And it is his 19th of the season. And with Marte running on the pitch, he is able to score standing up from first base. Yes, that is the Sally we needed. Get excited, Alek Thomas. That's what we needed. And like I said, when we're getting Nick Ahmed up there, he needs to be out of here. Perdomo, put him in. He's our guy. He's the man we want to be up in this position. Ahmed, you can take a seat when you're hitting a $180. Perdomo gets a ride on that one, but he's going to be not enough power. He's getting under it just to the warning track. And Alek Thomas ties it up. Even though, it was a great swing by him. Just not the spot. And here's Austin Adams. We'll keep him in, see what he can do. And we get a weak ground ball to Walker. Adams gets over there. PFPs are 1 down. And TJ Hopkins. And he's swinging first pitch. McCarthy under it. We've got 2 pitches here in the 9th and 2 outs. I am sure their coaches and fans are not happy with the results. And 3 pitches, 3 outs. Rojas gets the end of the inning. Austin Adams, talk about efficiency. And we go down 1, 2, 3 in the 9th. It is time to see what we can do in extra innings yet again. Gabriel Moreno gets to lead us off. Perdomo, the free runner at second, is 1-1. Gabriel Moreno's turn to get his first hit of the day. And we hit one right back up the middle, but McLean is there, does a little spin move, tosses it over to Steer, and that's the first out. But the good thing is we got to move the runner over to third, and now it is Josh Rojas' time. He is 1 for 5 on the day. Something in play here is all that matters. And no, we take ball 4. We were ready. We did a little check swing. At least we didn't get the terrible animation. Now we got runners at the corners with 1 out. And now Lucas Sims comes in. He's been pitching great this year in 50 innings. 2.3 ERA. I think we're going to give him the green light here. We got to get McCarthy going. See if he can do something here. And he pops it up. No! No, what is happening here? Oh man, 2 outs now with Corbin Carroll up. That was the pitch. That was what we were looking for. The swing we wanted. It is 1-1. Sims bringing it back, and Carroll gets jammed. Hits it over to third. He throws it over to India at second, and that is a fielder's choice. Finishes off the inning. No runs in the top of the 10th. As we go into the bottom with Austin Adams going at it. He's been pitching well, but I think we'll bring McGuff in. Saw a fresh arm. The Reds are just trying to jump on every pitch right away, and it is going through. We got 99 speed. McCarthy, a perfect throw, and Ellie De La Cruz scores from second. We couldn't get the dive. The game is over. A weak ground ball just sneaks its way into right field, and that's all that's needed for the Reds to take the series. And McGuff, head down, disappointed, off the end of the bat, and just pokes it the other way. Walker 3 for 5. Man, that would have been a good win, but couldn't put it together outside of that one Alek Thomas swing. We had multiple good chances to score there. As we lose that series. And Bobby Witt Jr. ends up getting traded from the Royals to the Phillies for Andrew Painter and Ethan Wilson, top pitching prospect. Where is Witt going to play as a shortstop? They got Trey Turner already, and maybe Bryson Stott. And wow, it's an interesting move as we take a loss, and we've lost 4 of our last 5 games. But we did take the win in St. Louis, and let's take a look and see if we can get our signing here. Jason Wilson still didn't want to sign at slot value, so let's just go a little bit above. And he still doesn't want to sign. Okay, all right, I guess. And let's see if we can get Pedro Rivera, and we get him to sign an 18-year-old left-handed high potential starting pitcher. Might make a few years, but we'll see. That looks like he could be a pretty solid guy. And Eddie Morales looks like he keeps falling. He's only at 79 potential now. Let's see if we offer something to Quentin Graham. Nope, does not want slot value. So let's take a few more days. Let him think about it. And we've dropped to 3rd in the division. 5-5 in our last 10 games. Jake McCarthy gets hurt. 2 weeks. And it is time to sign draft picks as we take the loss in the first game against Seattle. They are also 500. We are down to 4 games over 500. We have not had a good break after All-Star break here. We are 4 games back. I believe, yeah, we are 1 game out of the wild card now. And now we've got 2 more chances to sign these guys. Looks like Jason Wilson did not want to sign. We only have 1.7 million left to sign. And we'll see. You know, hey, he looks like a pretty solid pitcher. Let's give him some money. He does not want to sign with us, apparently. I guess it is what it is. We don't have a lot of wiggle room to go, man. Quentin Graham declines us too. Oh boy. I think if we do want to sign him, there are round 4 and 5 picks. I think we do want at least Jason Wilson, so maybe there next time we'll just max it out. With Jake McCarthy on the injured list now, we are sending up Seth Beer, who is hitting 298 in AAA. I was only 26 years old, so hopefully maybe he can put it together. He's got some, I think he could play in the outfield too, so more of a first baseman, but he can kind of be a bench guy, and we'll probably... Kyle Lewis is really cold right now. So is the bottom part of our lineup. So maybe we're just gonna we'll throw Seth Beer out there while we can. If everyone else is seemingly cold, we might as well try something new. And we lost 3-5, potentially getting swept against Seattle, and we've got to lock it in. We got Rojas coming up, Kyle Lewis on second, and Topa, who has shut us down so far, only giving up 1 hit and a walk. Rojas 1 for 3 on the day, 247 on the year. Not terrible, but he doesn't have a lot of at-bats. Fighting back, we are 2-2 now. And we hit it right up the middle. JP Crawford able to get it, tosses it over to first. That's the end of the 9th. The threat has been squashed. And now we are going to extra innings with the free runner on second base and Cal Raleigh coming up. Jonathan Loaisiga on the bump as we throw a sinker right down the middle. And that's an easy play to first base. And that doesn't move the runner over at all. That's the first out. Cal Raleigh going down on a 1-3 play. Now it's up to Jared Kelnick. Put it in play here. And it is strike 3. Get him out. That's the second out. Loaisiga locking it down. Now it's coming back to the top of the order. Colton Wong, 1 for 4 on the day. Runners at second. And a sinker right down the middle. Yet again. Really good at doing that. And we'll throw another one right down the middle, but this time it is a weak fly ball. Actually, a really good fly ball to center field. Alek Thomas gets back there, but gets under it. And that's third out. And we are going into the bottom of the 10th inning here. Taylor Saucedo, who's got a 5.32 ERA. Our guy, Geraldo Perdomo, are up to bat. And what a swing, but it goes to Crawford. That's 1 out. Not in a good spot. He pulled it to shortstop, so there's no chance for us to move the runner over. And now it's time for Corbin Carroll, who is 2 for 4 on the day. It is 1-2 with Rojas on second, the free runner. And he hung a slider, and we swing right through it. Corbin Carroll goes down on strikes. And I believe it looked like we had some pretty good... It felt like we had good timing on that one. And of course, it shows that we did, but just not enough contact as Christian Walker gets walked, sent to first base. And now it's Gurriel Jr. has put up some good moments for us this year. Couple walk-offs. He had the huge hit in the All-Star game here earlier in the month. If anyone's going to be able to do it, it's going to be Gurriel. He's hitting .314 with runners in scoring position. Saucedo bringing it in, 2 outs. And it is a fastball right down the middle, but it is going to be an easy fly ball caught by Teoscar Hernandez out in right center or right field. Let's say it again. As the end of the 10th, cannot score, cannot put the ball in play. It is the story of the season for us. Bring it in. And Perdomo, he's going to be able to get him at 1. No runner advances. That's 1 out. Loaisiga able to keep it going down. Now they got a pinch runner at second. Ty France is up. He's 0 for 4 on the day. He 1-2. And he's looking. Goes down. Strike 3. Out number 2. And it's looking good so far for Loaisiga, as Eugenio Suarez is up to the plate. Loaisiga has been able to come in and shut it down. Oh, he stole third, didn't even realize it. And he's got it. It doesn't really matter. He's got a lot of speed anyway, so I think a single would have scored him. As we kind of hang one, but Marte's right there. Snags it, throws it over to Walker. And that is out number 3. We are going into the bottom of the 11th. Multiple extra innings yet again. Something in play here, guys. Come on, Marte. You need to do this. And we put one into right field. We got runners at... Oh, I don't think we're going to go. He is so shallow right field. It's good enough, though. That is exactly what we needed. Marte coming in clutch with the hit. It was a slow roller, but we didn't have a lot of speed at second with Gurriel. Now we've got a chance. Alek Thomas, 2 for 4 on the day. Full count. Saucedo. And it is a walk. The bases are loaded. The cold Kyle Lewis. He's 2 for 4. $198 on the season. $599 OPS. Pretty solid season, but that is not the case, it seems. And we get a hanging pitch, and that is it. Kyle Lewis singles to right field. The game is over. The win. Gurriel scores, and we take the W to finish off July, or to not get swept by the Mariners. Loaisiga earned that win. Really pitched well. Huge day for Kyle Lewis, 3 for 5. And today is the trade deadline as we start off our series in San Francisco. Let's take a look. Do we want to do anything? Who is on the block? Potentially. He's got a 2.61 ERA, only 62 innings pitched. Must have been hurt. 28 years old. Does have one more year of arbitration. Hector Neris, not a bad arm. He's got a 2.94. Griffin Canning, 4.49 ERA, not great. Noah Syndergaard, he's got 5.24. I think this is not too bad. I do feel like the way our roster is right now, we are pretty weak at third base and in the outfield right now. I feel like we are probably 1 year away from like making a huge full run, getting a rental at like third base or right field, and just letting him walk the next year. I was looking at like Matt Chapman potentially. I feel like it doesn't make sense where we're sitting, but I do kind of like the idea of Tyler Mahle here. As the Twins are selling, we do get one more year of him. He is he's pitching 261. We still potentially might sneak a wild card, and we don't really have to give up a lot for it. We do give up Del Castillo, who's hitting 266 in AA. It's not too bad. He's a B potential. He's a catcher, but also Josh Rojas, sending him away, who, I mean, he's hitting 243, but that's not great. And you know, the way Tyler Freeman's hitting, he's hitting 305, and you know, we probably could get 247, 230 from Tyler Freeman and just some development out of him. So at that case, I feel like it's a wash. Even Emmanuel Rivera, it's not like we're losing a ton in getting rid of Rojas. This gives us a really solid rotation piece. He slides in as our number 3 pitcher, and we get him for next year. So I think that's what we'll do. It's kind of like a half buy for this season. We potentially could get the wild card, but I think this is setting us up more for. I think it sets us up more for next year, in a better spot and an actual chance to make a run and potentially make a buy next year. So with that, we're going to need to bring Freeman up and put Mahle into our rotation. Does mean that that Tommy Henry is the odd man out. We're going to be sending him packing back down to AAA. 4.73 ERA is just not going to cut it, and he'll slide into his rotation spot. And I also think it means with Freeman's performance at AAA, I mean, maybe he is ready to get going. So we will give him a shot. We don't really have any. I guess we have one more option left on him. 15 games with Cleveland already this year, hitting 204. We've been developing him a little bit, and you know, we're just gonna kind of throw him into the fire and see what he can do. So this is what our lineup's going to look like here with Freeman slotting in. Seth Beers here just because Jake McCarthy's going to be back out. But, I mean, he's only 0 for 4 in one game. Once McCarthy's back, he'll be fired up and ready to go. And we take the first game in San Francisco. Tyler Freeman didn't even get a start. It went to Nick Ahmed. But we'll take it, and we get our last chance to sign our draft picks. I mean, I think we can kind of max him out here. I mean, it's $300K over his signing bonus. So, yeah, there it is. We finally got Jason Wilson to sign with us. It took us some money, and this also means we'd like to get Quentin Graham also signed up, our round 5 pick. He takes the signing as he was a 79/91. He looks like a B prospect. Not too bad for a relief pitcher. Eddie Morales, I mean, his future potential still looks like it could be solid, even though it might be a C guy. I don't know. Even if we max out our allotment for him, let's see if he'll take it, and he does. So we'll see what what he looks like, and we'll just finish up this this video here with our draft picks. We'll take a look at everyone as we take the loss in San Francisco, 12-4. It looks like Freeman did get his first hit with the Diamondbacks here. I think we'll lock in next game with him and get a game going with him. But here it is. Let's take a look at our draft picks. And I mean, overall, not too bad for our overall potential. You know, it would have been nice to see Machado maybe up there closer to 90. He was an 85. I mean, he's still got some power right now. Like, as an 18-year-old, he's got 71 pop against lefties. So very likely could be making it up. Plus, he's a 75 overall. That's, you know, we just talked about having Tyler Freeman there. He may be our third baseman next year. Defense that could do it right now, like, there's a very good chance that he's our starting third baseman next year as an 18-year-old, which would be crazy. And then Ray Garrison, kind of like a contact hitter. Somehow his stealing is the highest attribute at 76, but he's 21 and he's only a 60 overall. 87 potential, but meh. Then here's Granger. Here's our highest potential. 63 overall, closer, high K per 9. So this is, I'm actually kind of excited about this guy. Pedro Rivera, the guy we did want to sign, and we were able to. His K per 9 is well down there. But maybe that's something we can kind of focus on with training and build him up. He's only 18, left-handed, 6'5". Jason Wilson also looking good, a B potential arm. Same thing for that. And then Eddie Morales, he's going to be probably just, he's 64 overall. I mean, he's basically just going to be a quad A player maybe the rest of his career. So let's take a look at the rest of the league. We'll take a look at our division guys first. Samuels drafted. I'm trying to remember who got drafted earlier. Who did we want to take a look at? Dodgers had a terrible draft. Looks like their number 1 draft pick was an 81 overall, then the rest of them C's and D's. The Padres end up picking up a 95 overall guy here. It looks like he's only 57 overall, but potentially, I mean, he's 21, so you never know. Mostly a speed guy. And then Chris Maynard, drafted by the San Francisco Giants. He looks to be pretty solid player, 18 years old. Could be a future third baseman there for San Francisco. And they got a decent starting pitcher there. The O's only signed 3 of their guys. Red Sox, a solid class. Yankees, not great. Alton Early. Benedict Diamond, the number 1 draft pick. Pretty lackluster round for the Rays. Craig Giordano, an 86 overall for the Blue Jays. Scott Del Villar, the second baseman. I think that was kind of the second baseman that we were looking at a little bit. I don't think he made it to us either way. The number 1 draft pick for Cleveland, it was a 69 and they still signed him. Kind of a brutal pick then. And then it looks like the Tigers had a pretty solid round. The Royals got an 89-year-old guy, Alejandro Flores. I can't remember. Oh, Jeff Cordova. I remember. I liked him. He was a potential guy, but he was up there. I think the Twins got him at number 5 anyway, so he looks pretty good. Then they also got Mark Rosa, a pretty solid. They got two A guys, starting pitcher and a first baseman there. So Astros, average. Franklin Crowder coming in at 87 potential. The A's with a little average draft there. Aaron Chavez, 85. Howard Newton. The Mariners coming out with some pretty solid guys here. This shortstop, Grady Berger, 89. And look at this, 99 potential coming from Martin St. John, 49 overall. Generational guy right there. Benny Quintana, oh boy, 74 actual potential. That's got to be pretty rough from the scouting department. Miami coming in with a average round, bunch of C guys. And then the catcher for the Mets, Edward Burkett, 48 overall. Wow, this is a pretty rough draft class for the Mets. And then the Phillies grabbed on to some average guys. And then Houston Edwards for the Washington Nationals coming in. Giancarlo Gomez. Maybe this was the guy. Was this the guy that the Cubs grabbed? B overall, 59. And then Brandon Ponson. Maybe, yeah, I remember saying his name. I know we'll find it again. Polito, Jeremy Lowe. Pretty solid class there. And then the Pirates, not too bad. That David Kah. And then Stefan Castilla. This is the number 1 overall draft pick. He was an 89 potential. Buster Connor, 74 potential and 56 overall. So that's it. That's the draft class. And that brings us back to ours. I mean, I would probably say we probably had the best draft class as far as like potential and highest overall. And I mean, maybe we had the best pick, Pedro Machado. I mean, he's a B potential overall, but that could raise up. Could be the guy that we start throwing out there. So there it is now. Trade deadline is over. Draft picks are signed. It is time to get into the meat and potatoes of the baseball season. The dog days or summers are on, and we need to keep it up. Can we get that wild card spot? Can we potentially sneak into the playoffs? There is a possibility, but we need a few things to go our way. It would be a great surprise, but I think we're kind of trying to build a little bit for next year, because next year all of our outfielders are going to be that much better. Now we've got Machado at third. We got Freeman potentially too, and maybe we can move him around. Solid rotation pieces that are building up. So I think with that, we're going to call it there. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and we will see you guys next time.